I'm smiling. I'm smiling. I'm smiling. I'm trying to understand in life. Why is this so for the blacks? Why are the blacks so depressed? Why are the blacks so marginalized? Why are the blacks so depressed? Why are the blacks given everything which is wrong, heroic, destructive? Why? Why? I'm appalled, amazed, frustrated, confused, petrified as to why the blacks have been given this burden to carry. Some person may want to argue it's as a result of biblical principles, Christianity, but why is this only race that has been happening to for centuries? Why? Why? Why is God so unfair to the blacks? Why? Why is the devil so vicious to the black? Why? What is going on? So today I want to speak to you about the genocide of the white South Africans or white supremacy. Right? So genocide of white South Africans or black or white supremacy. No, this one is not going to be one of my favorite. It's not going to be one which is enthusiastic. It's going to one that is going to have me in remorse, in solitude, in some of a depressed state because the blacks seem to be going through quite a lot in a white supremacist world, in a racial world, and many persons are not seeing it for what it is. And those who are seeing for what it is have labeled it something else. Is there really genocide in South Africa? Is there really genocide in South Africa? Or do we understand what genocide really means? When we had genocide in Rwanda and other countries, did America step out and help them? Did America actually open its arms and receive them in its country? How it is now that we're talking about genocide in South Africa, particularly white South Africans. Where's genocide? Let me just let you hear what is happening. I'm going to be intermittently speaking on it as well. Because I really want to understand where is this white genocide in South Africa? Let us go.
Focus to South Africa. The United States is resettling the first group of white South African refugees, sparking strong reactions from Pretoria. President Cyril Ramaphosa has called them cowards for leaving the country. The United States has welcomed around 50 white South Africans following President Trump's promise to grant them asylum. Trump describes them as victims of racial injustice in their home country. South African President Cyril Ramaphosa has strongly condemned the move. He called those who left cowards and said they'll be back soon. Ramaphosa claimed these individuals were unwilling to support the country's efforts to correct historic inequities left by apartheid, calling their departure a sad moment for them. The coward remarks sparked outrage online, with many social media users criticizing Ramaphosa for dismissing the concerns of white South Africans. Earlier, speaking at the African
I'm asking the question and I want you to answer me. Where is the genocide of white South Africans? Where's the genocide of white South Africans? I'm not seeing it. Let me understand it. I'm going to put in my description for you a number of persons to read and look at all the genocide that have been happening to black people and how we're never offered an olive branch by America for us to come there. But yet still, when there is a difference in terms of opinion or difference in terms of structure or different in terms of geopolitical maneuverings, you see white persons coming to the aid of other white persons. Is that genocide? Where's genocide happening in South Africa at the moment? Where is genocide happening to white South Africans at the moment? Can somebody say what that is? Now, when there's genocide against Rwandese and many other people in Africa, the West at no point in time offered an olive branch to those black people. Yet still over 50 South Africans were accepted into America because of genocide. With genocide we're talking about. Do we understand what genocide is? Genocide really is the systematic policies and structures to kill people. I'm not seeing that in South Africa. I'm seeing that in many places in the world except South Africa. What is America doing in those genocides happening even right now in Palestine? What is America doing with that? I don't think what is happening in our world reflects anything relating to genocide of white South Africans. But which takes me to my other point. This is a simple matter of white supremacy. The whites are superior to the blacks. They are the ones with the resources and they are helping themselves. How can one look at what obtains in South Africa and not correct the inequity that was left by the South African political structure? The South Africans who were whites, the Dutch, and whoever else went down to South Africa, saw the people with their lands, took away their lands, and provide the people with a deed indicating that they are the owners for these lands. When many of the black South Africans existed for centuries, their forefathers, and forefathers, forefathers, and forefathers, grandfathers, and forefathers, grandfathers, 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 grandfathers. They own the land for millennia, yet still they were provided with a deed indicating that they are no longer landowners. And these lands were taken over by these white South Africans, who currently I know being assisted by America, which is run by a white president, a white system. Why are we going through so much as a black race? The matter is clear. This is not a genocide against white South Africans. This is a clear indication that our world is run by white supremacy. Let's have a discussion. Let's have a discussion about this one. This one has pierced my soul. Where's the church in this one? Where are various civic groups on this one? What is happening? Are the blacks so inferior that nobody can speak about injustice occurring against the blacks? What's clearly happening here is not a matter of genocide, but a matter of display of white supremacy. Let's have a discussion on this one. Let us have a discussion on this one. Let us have a discussion on this one. This one should not go down as is.